than first. I was a little more out of sorts today than I was maybe at Shadow Creek. I think I was a little more comfortable with that golf course. But I'll tell you what, to win here, I finished third last year with a putt to get into the playoff last year. So I've always got good vibes coming here. The people, the fans, the tournament, everybody in the clubhouse does an amazing job. And, I can't say enough about them that makes this tournament special. And I'm glad to be sitting here with this jacket on, and all that comes with it, and to get my name up on that wall.
With that, we're going to go and get things started. With our first question from the media, we have Drew Davison with Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Drew, go ahead.
Yeah, Jason, you just kind of alluded to it, but I don't know how much of a student of the game you are, but when you look at Colonial's Wall of Champions, just kind of what does it mean to put your name up there with some of the greats of the game?
Well, it's just it's very special. To put my name on that wall with so many greats. There's been so many championships here. It's an unbelievable golf course. It's always in the best shape. I know the weather didn't really cooperate this week or the last couple of weeks, but did an incredible job to get the golf course ready, and I was able to take advantage of hitting the driver well, and in windy conditions the first round, and it's just one of those golf courses you can't make too many mistakes, but no big numbers, so I was pleased with that.
Well, and then just one more for you, just amateurs like myself, we struggle out of the bunker or whatnot. You had a couple of them. Just how do you kind of stay in the moment and not let that affect you, and kind of finish out what you were set to start?
Well, as an amateur, I think anybody, we make mistakes just like any other amateur. So, it's just it's one bad shot. I think players that have a short memory are the ones that end up winning. So I knew that the shot on one, and it was just I misjudged the lie. An awkward stance, but other than that, you got to take the good with the bad. If I hit the green and two putt there, and then I hit the next shot on number 8 to 30 feet and two putt there, it's the same score. So, short memory, and just take each shot for what it is, and try to eliminate the silly mistakes.
Next, with Associated Press, we have Stephen Hawkins.
Hey, Jason, you talk about it being the hardest. Probably harder than the first picture. What do you think made it so hard, though?
I think, playing a tough competitor, a local guy in Jordan Spieth, made it a little tougher, I guess. I definitely was not the favorite. I think the second time with the fans cheering Jordan on, and, a few comments, negative comments against me. I had a few fans out there, but I've got a high school buddy, and then my cousin's friend was out here supporting me. So I had a couple people rooting me on, but it's just one of those things. You stay in the moment, and it's a golf course. So you're playing the golf course. You're playing yourself. You're not really playing Jordan, but for where we got to, in comparison to some of the other players, I knew it was just going to be a kind of a boxing match and see who was going to come out on top.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Is how much of a difference did that make, knowing that you didn't really even have to look at the leaderboard or the scoreboard? You knew where you were and who you were against. How much of a difference did that make, especially when things didn't go good for you, but they also weren't going great for Jordan?
Well, we both didn't play well, but it seemed like we kind of ham and egged it. When he played a few good holes, and then I'd play a few good holes, so we never got too far ahead of each other. And I think anytime you're one or two behind, it's not the end of the world around this golf course. Or the same goes for me. But I just tried to stick to my game plan. I handed it to D-Rob. Picking out good targets, and it's just you got to hit the fairways around this golf course. You can't. It's hard. It's a very hard golf course to play from the rough.
Thanks.
Now over to Sean Martin with PGAtour.com.
What's the biggest difference this season? Is it as simple as the putting, or are there any other things you attribute to this success this year?
I got to hand it to, again, to my caddy, D-Rob, reading the greens, giving me a couple tips here and there. Drew Steckel has been behind me for the better part of 4 years now. He's been keeping an eye on things. We're definitely been working in the right direction, and tightening things up. It's definitely not as tight as I wanted it to be on a Sunday, but I switched drivers back to an old setup that I had won with at Shadow Creek, and it definitely works. Sean and Acura got the shaft right, and the old sim head with TaylorMade, I mean, it made all the difference. I was comfortable with it, and I hit the irons very well. The new Gen 4s were great from PXG, and D-Rob and I reading the greens, I think worked out really well with the Bettinardi putter.
And you had to wait a long time for the first one. How's it feel to get the second one so quickly, and where do you go from here?
It feels really good to solidify that I'm not just a one-time winner on the PGA Tour. Definitely nice to get the second win, especially at a historic place like Colonial Country Club. Feels great. Looking forward to what's in store for the future, and all I can do, and I tell everybody, all I try to do is to get better every single year. It's not, a flash in the pan. I'm a fairly consistent player, but I take one facet of the game and try to elevate to the next level, whether it's driving. I've always been a pretty good driver of the golf ball. I think where I need to get better is with the wedges, and I've been a good long iron player. The putter's been amazing. I think I owe a lot to that to Bettinardi and D-Rob reading the greens. So can't say enough about those guys.
Cool. Thank you.
Now we have Dave Shedlowski with Golf Digest.
Hey there, Jason.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, and yourself?
Just fine, sitting here in Columbus, Ohio. And
Home state.
That's right. And seemed like the putt at 17 was big. You made 2 bogeys in a row. You've got a 7-footer there to kind of stem the bleeding. I mean, how big was that?
It was really big. I misjudged the putt on 15. 16 was just a bad swing. A little bit of heat. Just made a bad swing and got the ball started way left to where I wanted to. Knowing that I haven't hit a really good bunker shot yet, I was a little bit cautious with the bunker shot. Left the putt short, but the putt on 17 was big. I hit a really good chip shot, and I said, this is the time to step up and do it. So it was nice to roll that in. And I think the tee shot on 18 set up a little bit. I misjudged, I guess, a little bit out of that first cut, but I always misjudge it out of the first cut.
You may be in the Ryder Cup conversation. How much do you want to be? And did today's experience with a fairly negative gallery go against you? How good was that experience for perhaps telling Steve Stricker you can handle the pressure?
Well, I didn't really end it like I wanted to, but I think it shows that I've got a lot of grit and a lot of fight in me. Whether I'm in the conversation or not, I've had an incredible year. Yes, to make a Ryder Cup or any team event has always been a lifelong goal. I think I missed out on a Walker Cup as an amateur, and that's just something it's a lifelong goal, and I would love to be a part of the team, love to be in that team room. Anything that I could do to help out to bring the cup home it would be a great honor.
Last thing, as I said, Columbus, Ohio. You're not going to be here next week.
No, I am. I'm taking the week off. I've been getting a lot of flack for that. I took off Wells Fargo, where I used to live in Charlotte, and I'm taking off Jack's event. I do apologize for that, but at the end of the day, you have things scheduled in life with the kids and the wife. It's just it's part of the schedule. We have a long year, all year long, and it's just one. I don't think I've ever missed the Memorial Tournament if I was in, and this is the one year that I'm going to miss. So, unfortunately, I'm going to miss it this year, but hopefully I'll see Jack next year.
Are you in Hudson?
I am in Hudson, Ohio.
There you go. My brother lives there, so there you go.
Yep.
Enjoy this victory. Thanks very much for your time.
Sure, thank you.
We're going to go back over to Stephen Hawkins with Associated Press.
So you get a plaid jacket, a big check, and a big truck. Which is the biggest part that you're going to enjoy, and you're going to keep the truck?
Well, I'm a big guy with a big truck, with a big jacket, and a big paycheck. So I guess everything's bigger in Texas, right? I'm definitely the truck is. I looked at it the entire week. I mean, it's a little small in that cab for me, but I'll tell you what, it's a cool truck, and I think it's something that I'll keep for myself for a long period of time to commemorate this victory.
All right, thanks.
Bug in here.
That is all the questions we have. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Sure.
And enjoy the second win.
Thank you very much.